Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Drive-Thru. I'm your host, Tony C. As we broadcast live here on Pick Dawgz and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel throughout social media. We will get you out of here before the top of the hour. Give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. That's what we do here on the Drive-Thru Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Deliver live free picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And to deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pick Dawgz and Sports Chat Place. So let's meet the cappers and get right to the picks. Let's say hello to Joey. Joey, what's going on?
Hey, Tony. Happy Monday. How you doing today?
Doing great. Looking forward to the week. Of course, baseball Thursday opening day. Wrapping up Florida spring training. Teams will start moving into big ballparks tomorrow. We'll say hello to Kirk. Kirk, what's going on?
Not much. Not enough upsets for me this weekend. So trying to bounce back early in the week with some NBA.
Yeah, a lot of favorites there. All top seeds. Been at the top seeds. I think Arkansas is the lowest. The 10 seed. That's all you got in double digits. Rod, what's happening?
Yeah, crazy weekend. Can't complain about college basketball for me. Anyways, continue to roll along. It's getting hot, and I was expecting some sort of losing streak, but it's just not happening. So I just continue growing the beard. Everywhere I go out, somebody thinks I'm a bum. Somebody was trying to hand me smokes and money, and it's like, no, I don't need your smokes and money, seriously. But it is what it is. I can't complain. Can't believe we're down to a few games left, and college basketball season's all over with. Came and went just like that, so quick. And as Kurt noted, yeah, I think it's the first time that in the Sweet 16 that we've seen no seeds lower than an 11 seed. I believe is the as you said, 10. Nothing higher. No Cinderella stories this year. Zero teams 11 seeds or higher this year. And then I believe it's only 4 conferences.
Good.
Represented here as well, which is a lower. Normally we get a few more, but not as many this year. Only a few conferences total.
Good. I just want the good teams. I just want the good teams, the good conferences in. I don't want to see these mid-majors in here.
Well, that's what you're going to get. That's what we're going to get. College basketball going forward. Of course, that's what it's going to be. All the big teams and big names have the money to buy up them mid-major guys. They'll basically. You get your try out on a mid-major team for a couple of years, get some numbers, get your numbers up, and they'll jack you in the transfer portal over to the Dukes, the Kentuckys, the Auburns, the Power 5 conference. We'll scoop those guys up, and that's the way the college basketball is looking like. No different the way the college basketball is rolling.
No different
the Cinderella stories. You're going to see less and less and less of those as the years go by here in college basketball because that will kill it.
Yep, I was never a fan of fairy tales, so I love it the way it is. I want to see only the best, and of course, like I said, the coaches they go from mid-major to the big conferences anyway. So the better teams at the top, I'm good with that because it makes for better viewing. Because I go back to the days when teams played their entire through their senior season, and it was such much better quality basketball than it is now. So I really don't mind it one bit. So because I have a hard time watching college kids hit 30% from the field. It's a hard watch, to be honest with you. But anyway, let's get underway here with the show. We'll get to the NBA. We'll start it off here, and let's take a look here. We'll start with the first 3 games here on the card. Timberwolves and Pacers here. Pacers a 1-point favorite, total 229.5. Then we got Raptors and Wizards. Wizards laying 2, total 227. Lakers and Magic. Lakers 4.5, total 215.5. And we'll take a look at the injury reports here. Anthony Edwards is questionable. Indiana, a clean injury report. Mathurin is out for that, so Pacers will have all their guys tonight. Lakers and Magic, just Kleber out. Well, the Lakers have never seen him play, so for the much point, you could say pretty much clean there for the Lakers. On the Orlando side, Anthony, who is a scorer off the bench, one of the very few scorers from Orlando, he's out. Queen there is out as well. And then in this block, we're looking at, we got Toronto. Let's see, we had the 7 o'clock Eastern time games. And I think we had, what was the other one that we had in this block? Come to think of it, we had Raptors Wizards, right? Raptors Wizards. We have Barrett, Boucher, Grady Dick, and Ingram out there for Toronto. Babe, Brogdon, Kubali. Kubali, a pretty good scorer for watching the young guy. He's out. So let's get this block underway here with Kirk.
Yeah, I'm going to take my shot here with the Pacers at full strength. And with Anthony Edwards being a question mark, I think the Pacers, they have been one of the best teams since calendar turn into 2025. And with their whole team, they should be able to get this one done. Barely favored at home. Edwards might not even play this line if he is ruled out. They might move to -3, -4. So I say take the Pacers on the money line now. And I'm going to take a shot with the Raptors. Laying points with the Wizards is nothing I want to do. So Raptors are plus money. That's where I'll be.
There from Kirk. Next up, we move on right over to, let's see, we've got Joey next.
Yeah, I'm with Kirk here. I'm looking at the Raptors on the money line. Both teams are on losing skids. They're on a combined 8-game losing skid. Both teams at 4 in a row. But Toronto's 4-2 against the spread their last 6. Washington 0-4 against the spread their last 4. And they've allowed 120 plus in 3 straight. I think the Raptors win here on the money line.
There from Joey. Next up, we move right on over to Rod.
Yeah, look at that Raptors and Washington game. I'm going to take the over. I don't think a whole lot of defense is being played, as Joey just alluded to. The Wizards giving up $120 a game on average over their last 5 games themselves. Raptors giving up $118 a game over their last 5. So no defense is played there. Both offenses get us plenty enough points to get us over the total in that one. And then looking at the Lakers taking on the Magic, you know what? I'm going to take the Magic there. I'm going to take the Magic on the money line. That line looks funny as you know what. Why is it the Lakers only favored by 4.5 there in that one? LeBron is coming back. Luka's going to play. All these guys are playing for the Lakers, but they're only a 4.5 point favorite in that one. Why? Why is that? Were they
recency
bias.
Recency bias. Rules put almost 150 on them.
Oh, so the Bulls put 150 on them, so then they should be only favored by 4.5, but they were favored by 9 points in the other game, and no LeBron James in that one. Yeah, no, I'm not doing it. Give me the Magic on the money line there in that matchup.
Rod's a believer. All right, next up.
I believe in magic.
All right, next up we move right on over to Joey. We got Joey in, right? How do you follow that, Joey? I got you in, right? Yeah, we did. We got Joey. Okay, here we go. We on over to Javon. You got to follow that.
Yeah, I'm on the other side with this Minnesota game. I'm on the Timberwolves. You know, just a situation where it's revenge angle from last Monday's loss that they took at home. So, keep in mind, Indiana didn't have any, but some of their main guys playing. Whether Anthony Edwards plays or not, I don't think that's relevant, to this particular game. If anything, they'll get that superstar out bump that we usually see in these type of games. They do have some talent on that bench, some younger guys that could push the pace in this one. And keep in mind with Indiana's 6-1 run, straight up run, they're 1-6. Matter of fact, they're 1-9 ATS their last 10. So I know it's a short line and all that, but I think they lose outright in this one. To be quite frank, I'm rolling with that revenge angle.
There from Javon. Tell you what I think here about these games tonight. The way I look at some of these here, I like the Pacers here in this spot here. When they got their guys, I'm gonna look at them, especially at home, where they're 7-2 the spread at home when favored by 6 or fewer points. The issue I have with the team was it's been defensive form over their past 5 games, allowing 48% shooting, 40% from 3, and the Pacers have been shooting the ball very well. I'll look at them in this spot here. They are trying to hold off that 4th seed in the East, so there's a bit of motivation for Indiana in their final 12 to 13 games this season. Raptors and the Wizards. I'm not going to even look at that one. I mean, in these tanking games, it's over the under. That's it. I don't like a total in the game. So Lakers, Orlando. I'm going to take the Magic plus the points. The Lakers here 1-8 to the spread on the road as a favorite of 3.5 to 9.5 points. Lakers have been an awful road favorite this season. Magic settling down defensively here. I know they were a fade of late, but they seem to be getting their act together a little bit right now. So I'll look here at Orlando at that plus the points. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru as we get ready here for the next series of games. And they will be this next block of 3. We've got Mavericks and Nets. The Nets, Dawgz now. Mavericks up to 3.5, total 219. Sixers and Pelicans. Pelicans 3.5, total sits at 225. Bulls and Nuggets. The Nuggets here laying 3, total sit here 238.5. Let's take a look here at the injury report for this series of games. Mavericks and the Nets. We got Exum, Gafford, Lively, Martin out. Of course, the big news here is Anthony Davis is back in. after that abductor strain. How many minutes does he go? Will he get hurt again? That's always a question with him. D'Angelo Russell will be out for Brooklyn. We'll take a look here at this Philly and Pelicans game. Laundry list here. Drummond, Grimes, Lowry, Maxey, Oubre, Walker out for Philadelphia. Bona is now probable. On the Pelicans side, no Boston, no Brown, no McCollum, Zion out as well. Missy, I want to call him Messi, but he's not Messi, he's Missy. Missy out there for the Pelicans there in that one. We go to Bulls and Nuggets. Ball and Jones out for Chicago. On the Denver side, no Jokic, no Strother. Gordon, questionable. Murray and Braun, probable. So you're caught up there with the injuries. In this block, we start off here with Kirk.
Yeah. Terrible slate of games, in my opinion. I don't even know. I've been trying to look at all three of these games and couldn't really find anything. So for me, it's a lean towards Dallas. D'Angelo Russell has been playing good. He's out. Anthony Davis is back. So hypothetically, the Mavericks should win this game. They're still fighting for that play-in spot. I'm going to take a shot with the Mavs -3, but one of my least favorite slates of the drive-through all year, to be honest, these three games here.
Wait till the playoffs come and these lines are tight. You'll be, boy, I miss regular season basketball, especially the last few weeks of the season. I'm going to really miss it because those damn lines are so tight in the postseason. Let's move on over next to Joey.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bulls here with the points. Honestly, they're a covering machine. They're 8-0-1 against the spread their last 9. They have back-to-back wins straight up as a dog. And Denver's just 2-2 against the spread and straight up their last 4. Honestly, defensively, they were not playing the best. I think the Bulls cover this, and honestly, they might even sneak out a road win here.
Yeah, Bulls there from Joey. Let's move on next up to Rod.
Yeah, and looking at that Bulls and Denver game, I like the over in that one. Not a lot of defense going to be played there in that one. You look when both these squads played a lot of basketball over the last couple of weeks, and you look at third road game in 5 days for the Bulls, 5-0 to that over in this spot. So love the over there because you look at the Nuggets in this spot when they're playing 6 or more games in 10 days, 15-3 at home to the over. So not a lot of defense played. That's why the total's at 239. The over that one, we cruise into the 240s there. And then same thing, give me this over 76ers and Pelicans. You look, a lot of realistic guys are not in there, and some guys in, some guys out. But I like the over 225.5 in that one. We know G Leaguers don't play a whole lot of defense, so give me the over 225 there in that one.
You can watch G League basketball on ESPN Plus. So if you don't believe us, just go watch it. Watch it for yourself. It's there for you to see it.
Yeah.
It certainly is on over Javon.
Yeah, no thanks on that G League. We're gonna roll with the Sixers, Pelicans over. This line this total is going down. From the last time I looked at it, was at what 230. Now it's at 225. That I'm looking at right here. Just all that means to me is less wood to chop. I know what I've seen from the Sixers going up and down the court. 8-1-1 to the over in their last 10. I'm gonna stick with those numbers. I don't care who's on the floor. They're not really trying to play this, trying to put up points. It's looking like a YMCA situation out there. People trying to get theirs. You know what I mean? So, hey, more power to them. I think this point's gonna be scored in this one. And I'm gonna roll with the Nets. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Is the old saying. And Brooklyn Nets, all they do is cover. It doesn't matter who's in front of them at this point. I don't care about Anthony Davis. It's his first game back, so that means he's gonna be on limited minutes. And he's gonna have a lot of rust. That's what that means to me. Know what I mean? So really he should just get it, sit on the bench all for the rest of the season because they're not going anywhere. Kyrie Irving's going for the year. Wait till next year. Maybe they get a new piece. And start over because this is a disastrous season for them. So why would they want to get into the playoffs and get knocked off? Not even in the, not even make the playoffs. They get knocked off in that first game, that 9-10 game. But that's how I'm looking at it with these guys. But it's,
sorry, guys.
It's the Brooklyn Nets for me.
For Javon. Okay, good. Whew, thanks for that segment, man. Gardeners are here late, 3 hours late. This is not when I want to be here. But, all right, I'll tell you here what Jesus. All right, let me tell you what I think about these games here. Let me get to my line. It's going to be louder than hell here with these idiots here. All right, here we go. We've got, in this one, I will go with the Bulls here plus the points, as we've said so since the break here. The Bulls here have covered 14 of 16 since the All-Star break, and over their past 7 here on the road. It's bad, right? It's that bad? All right, it's that.
As Jovan said, more wood to chop, and all of a sudden they showed up. They're chopping wood.
Oh yeah, they're chopping wood. It needs it. It's getting hot out here. That's why. Here we go. We got the Bulls here plus the points, and let's just get to the next one here, guys.
Celtics Kings, Bucks Suns.
All right, I guess I'm up. I'll take it away. I'm on the Celtics here, -4. They did play last night, but they look good. Celtics usually, I think they lost to the Kings, or it was a very tight game against the Kings earlier this season. I forget the exact outcome, but now on the road, this is where they really got to be in playoff mode. It looks like everyone is going to be healthy from what I saw, so I'm going to lay the 4 with the Celtics in this one. Other game for me is a no bet. I'll give it to you, Joey.
Next up, we move right on over to Joey.
All right, I'm going to go with the Celtics as well. They're 10-1 straight up their last 11 games. They've won by 4 or more in every game except for 2 of those 10 wins. The Kings are 2-6 straight up their last 8, and they failed to cover in back-to-back. I think this is one of those games where Boston just comes out steamrolling and they don't look back.
There we go from Joey. Next up, we move right on over to Rod.
And yeah, for me in these ones, I like the Celtics in the first half. They whooped it up on the Sacramento Kings in 7 straight first half. So give me the Celtics in the first half, and then do they take their foot off the gas in the second half? Maybe, but I'll take Boston in the first half. And that one, jump out to a big giant first half lead. And then the other one I'm looking at is that line hasn't moved all day. I'm going to lay it with the Suns. Bucks last game of this road trip that they've been on. 3-2 against the number. And look at the Suns. They've been playing some pretty good basketball here down the stretch. 4-1 against the number. They've won 5 straight at home here. I only have to lay 3. Yeah, don't lay it with the Suns a whole lot, but I will, again, lay it with the Suns there in that one. Lay the 3. Bucks bags are packed. They're ready to go home. I'm not too worried about this one. Give me the Suns. Lay the 3 there.
You know, the Suns will always rise, but you know the Suns will fall. That's usually what happens.
Eventually, yes, we know they will. Eventually,
yeah, eventually they'll fall.
They're like anything. They play well for a little stretch, and then we know they dive off the cliff for a little stretch.
The sunset will come very shortly for the Phoenix Suns. Next up, we move on right over to Jovan.
Yeah, I'm on the Celtics. It has to be done. I don't care who's playing for the Celtics. Whether they sit a couple guys. It's their bench that's playing. Listen, they're gonna get the job done. This is the countdown to the playoffs where it really matters, and the proof's in the pudding. You seen what they've been doing. They done ripped off another 5-game winning streak. I expect this to be 6. I don't know why it's at this number, and there's a revenge angle built into this based on what happened at the Garden, I believe a couple months ago, where the Kings, for the fact of the matter, they took it to them. So, they're going to want to get some get back, and they usually beat them up anyway. So I'm going to roll with the Celtics there. And I like the under. I'm looking for a defense to bear down in this one. And we know that, once the Kings start missing, they're going to be missing all night, clanking up shots. So, their defense has been representable in certain spots. So I'll take the under.
Yeah, Sacramento Bulls. The Bulls cleaned house and sent them to Sacramento, pretty much what they did there. I'll go over the injuries again. I don't know if I got to them here. We got Ball and Jones out for Chicago. Jokic, Straher out for Denver. Gordon, questionable. Murray, Braun, probable on the Milwaukee-Phoenix game. We've got in this one Portis, Sims, Lillard out. Trent and Giannis will be probable. Beal out for Phoenix. Plumlee and Richards probable. Boston and Sacramento. Horford, Tillman out. Hauser, Brown, questionable. On the Sacramento side, Carter, McDermott, Monk, and Sabonis all questionable. Tell you what I think about these. I'm going to play a little bit of catch up here after my partners have now left. I've got the over there with Dallas and Brooklyn. Again, Mavs have gone over an 8 of 9. I think that's going to continue to be the case there. There also Sixers and Pelicans. I know it's back-to-back for both teams, but both teams horrific defensively right now. Philadelphia over in 10 of 11. Both teams trend to overs in back-to-backs. I like the over in that game. Bucks and Suns. Again, I think the Suns rising, but won't be for too much longer. I think we're gonna hit the sunset pretty soon, but we still got a little bit of sunshine left with these Suns, so I'll take them in this spot. Milwaukee, a little bit. Yeah, they're on a road trip here. 1-4 of the spread, playing their third road game in 5 days. So in these road trips, they start to wear out a little bit. So I'll look at the Suns there. Celtics and Kings, I'm going to look over in this spot. The Kings defense is just absolutely atrocious. If you look at over their past 5 games, as a matter of fact, let's just take a look at this here. Kings 7-1 the over their past 8, 6-0 the over as home dogs. They're also here over their past 5 games. Looking at the Sacramento defense, they are surrendering here. What is it here? Oh goodness, here they give it. Sacramento past 5 games allowing 52% shooting, 45% from 3. Oh my God, it's just absolute atrocious defense here for this Kings team. I gotta look the over in that one. All right, let's continue here on the drive-throughs. We'll continue on to the NHL. We got through college. Tomorrow we'll have 4 games in prime time. We'll have the CBI semis and the NIT quarterfinals tomorrow. So we got 2 quarterfinal games from NIT tomorrow, then 2 more on Wednesday. And then we'll have the CBI final on Wednesday, NIT final on Thursday. That'll take us to the, actually on Wednesday we'll have the NIT final there. That's right. And then we will have the, we still got some more time. We still have semifinals next week from the NIT because we don't get to the Final Four until 2 weeks. 2 weeks from today is the national championship game from college basketball. So there's still a lot of time left in college basketball. The Royal Crown Series begins next Monday with games. 2 games Monday, 2 games Tuesday. So trying to keep everyone up to date on what's happening in college hoops is a real confusing time of the year with all these smaller conferences and a really late conference starting March 31st. We got a tournament starting as well. So, whoo, crazy times. All right, let's get to the hockey here. We'll cover it in one block. Blue Jackets, the Islanders here. We got the Islanders here, $1.25, total of 6. Next up, we've got Canucks and Devils. Devils, $1.36, total 5. Wild and Stars, Stars, $2.02, total 5.5. Red Wings and Hockey Club, $1.62, total of 6. Let's see if Kirk's got his skates on tonight. Let's see if he's lacing it up tonight.
Give me the Stars -1.5. No commentary.
No commentary. Just grinding it out, giving you the pick. There we go. Next up, we move on over to Joey.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Islanders here on the money line against the Blue Jackets. The Islanders have won 3 or 4, and they have a pretty nice homestand that they can really build on here if they want any chance of making the playoffs. They're like 7 or 8 points out with a little bit of time left. Columbus has won in 8 their last 9. They've lost 6 straight. In my opinion, they're done. They've hung up their skates for the season. Islanders have scored 3 or more in 4 straight games, and I think this is a game they sneak out a win in.
There we go from Joey. Next up, we move on right on over to Rod.
Yeah, look at these ones here. I like the over between Vancouver and the Devils. Looks like Demko is going to get his return in goal for Vancouver. And they dropped his total to 5. Yikes. Give me the over there in that one. We see plenty enough goals in that one to get us over the total of 5. I'm going to take the under, though, between Minnesota and Dallas. Gustafsson getting a start there in that one. And you look at this Minnesota squad, 7-1 to the under in their last 8 games, 8-2 over their last 10 to the under. Dallas at home, they play a solid defensive game. So first of 3 wins that one. Give us the under 5.5 there in that matchup. And then I like Utah. You got to go with Utah there at home. Detroit's looking like they packed it in as well. Speaking of pack, 2 wins in their last 10 games. The new coach did them good a little bit, but they still need some more pieces, goalie-wise, and some defense. Definitely need to add some more pieces, does Detroit. And Utah's actually starting to win some games at home. Give me the Utah Hockey Club on the puck line to beat up Detroit there in that matchup.
Yeah, from Rod. All right, we got you through that segment. I just want to make note here, NIT tomorrow, there's been a big move already. A couple of moves, a lot of them to the over here. Chattanooga and Bradley. Bradley here, the home team, opened 5.5, now down to 3.5. Total from 147.5 down to 151.5. So big moves here on the mocks. And the over, 4-point move on the over in that NIT game. You also have a big move in the total in North Texas, Oklahoma State. That one opened 135. This total is now 138.5. So it's not surprising. There's been some huge moves to the over in the NIT already for tomorrow's quarterfinal games there. And these will be played in campus sites in Bradley, in Oklahoma State. Winners tomorrow go to play in the Butler home court. Hinkle Fieldhouse, something they call it? Yes, that's where they'll play the semis next week. But
defense causes injuries. They don't play a whole lot of that in these CBI, and NIT games, if you notice. I've noticed that not a lot of defense being played in these games. That's for sure. That's run and gun up and down the court we go and see who can score the most, because it's not a lot of defense played in these tournaments, these CBI and NITs, anyways. Surprisingly,
a lot of injury prevention mode. That's what I call it. Don't play too tight. Get your ankles and knees out of the way. Don't collide, anything like that. I've had a professional athlete told me the worst thing for a professional athlete is to have to rehab an injury during the off season. That's the worst thing. Worst. Nothing worse than that, because then you have to show up to the facilities, and you want to be in a plane somewhere in nice Hawaii or some nice island, spending all your millions and millions of dollars. No, you got to show up to the trainer's room every day in the off season. That is a massive drag. Massive drag. All right, time for the parlay peripheral segment, as our cappers can give out a parlay, a team player prop, game in the future. They can also, we got baseball Thursday. It's up to them. It's their segment. Let's get it underway here with Kirk.
Give me Arkansas to win it all. There's going to be a double-digit seed somewhere, and they're the only one left, so I believe in them. I saw them play live twice. I think they got what it takes. Give me Arkansas to win it all.
There you go. That's all you need is one upset, winner to be an upset. Then everyone's going to say, well, what an upset series year we had. Arkansas won it. The 10 seed wins it. All right. Next up, we move on over to Joey.
Yeah, give me the Devils and the Islanders moneyline parlay.
There we go from Joey. Next up, we move on right over to Rod.
Yeah, we're going to take a couple overs here in the NBA. Take the 76ers and the Pelicans over the total. Take the Bulls and Denver over the total. And throw in the Raptors and Washington over the total. 3 teams, all over.
We are in over season, guys. We are over season here. And we're less than about a couple weeks away from the end of the regular season, so these teams don't want to get hurt. They don't want to have to rehab an injury in the offseason, so no pressure defense, a lot of space to court. That means a lot of space, a lot of scoring. That's what you get from these tankers. Next up, we move right on over to Javon.
Sixers, Pelicans over, Celtics.
There from Javon. I'll tell you what I like here in my parlay tonight. It will be here over Sixers Pelicans. Give me the Suns. The sun is going to rise just for this game. May set tomorrow, but I think it's going to rise tonight. And I will take here the Bulls at plus the points. All right, we got you through our peripheral segment. Now it's time to see what the cappers have for sale over at Pick Dawgz. Prim headed to a big week of action. We got Sweet 16, Elite 8 this week, as well as a lot of CBI NIT on tap. NHL, of course, Major League Baseball opening day is on Thursday, so we'll have about half the teams in action Thursday, half the teams on Friday. You know how it works there. In case if there's a rain out, they don't want to lose that. They want to get that full house, guarantee a full house. So that's how it works there. So let's see what's going on over at Pick Dawgz. We'll take a look at Kirk, see what he's got going on over at Pick Dawgz for tonight's action. Let's see, roll up here. So Kirk, what you got rolling here? You've been really hot here the last 30 days.
Yeah, been cold about the last week, so still been pretty good the last 30 days. So trying to just turn that around and start the week off hot. As Tony said, March Madness comes back Thursday. We still got some NBA, big soccer again this weekend. So as we ramp up the week, there's going to be a lot more to bet on.
Very good. That's right. Get on board with Kirk over at Pick Dawgz. You guys like that 7-day all sports pass here? Beginning of the week, great time to get that 7-day pass. Pick is your promo code to save that 15% off. Let's see what Javon's got going over at Pick Dawgz. John's been red hot past 30 days. College basketball red hot, as well as the NBA approaching 2,000 units of profit for the year. What do you got going over at Pick Dawgz Premium?
Yeah, it's been a fruitful March. You could catch me on all the leaderboards. That's probably available out there. NBA, still number one in that. College basketball has been hot. You could catch me on the yearly leaderboard, or not the last 12 months leaderboard, and up in plus money for for calendar 2025. So yeah, check out something long term, 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, yearly, or match me with one of the other handicaps for the multi-capital promotion. You can't go wrong here. Sports Shop Place and Pick Dawgz. Just get it.
There you go. I'm seeing get on board with John over at Pick Dawgz. You see the great results from John. Get on board with him right now. Let's see what Rod's got going over at Pick Dawgz. Rod's been on fire last 3 days. 4,439 units of profit.
Yeah, definitely having a good March. Can't complain there. Rolling along. I got 2 plays tonight. I got my NBA drop a dime play and then 1 play on the NHL. So a couple plays going there. I just dropped the. I did have a college basketball going, and I had the under in this Cleveland State taking on Queens game, and holy man, they scored 100 points in the second half. Unbelievable in that one. So I dropped that one. That's okay. We'll bounce back on that. College basketball's trade is good. Definitely can't win them all, but I got 1 NBA and 1 NHL left tonight, and then we'll be back at it for the college basketball tomorrow, and then the rest of the week. So, as Jovan alluded to, the best way to go is get aboard long term, that we don't miss out on any of the plays I got rolling. And look, I'm not the only hot capper over at Pick Dawgz and Sports Chat Place. Definitely take advantage of the 2-for-1, 3-for-1, 4-for-1 capper promotional over there. You'll see lots of cappers are hot and put money in your pocket. Take advantage of that deal. 2-for-1, 3-for-1. Don't forget, pick at checkout. Save 15% off. Jump aboard long term here at Pick Dawgz and Sports Chat Place.
Very good. Get on board with Rod over at Pick Dawgz. Been red hot. Let's see what Joey's got going over at Pick Dawgz. Joey, what do you got for sale?
Yeah, I just have 1 play up for tonight. It's my NHL slap shot play. I'm 6-2 my last 8 NHL and 21-14 my last 35. Use a code PICK for 15% off.
Very good. Get on board with Joey over at Pick Dawgz. I've got a best bet on board right now here from the NBA. So get on board with me over at Pick Dawgz. We're going to get that 7-day pass. Got all my NBA and college basketball and baseball for the week, because baseball starts on Thursday. So great way to get on board with me. Of course, multi-capper promotion. You can match me up with all your favorite cappers here at Pick Dawgz. So get on board. Don't forget that promo code PICK at checkout. We'll save that 15% off. All right, we're with you here Monday through Friday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure you like, subscribe, and set those notifications so you're with us here to watch the show. Of course, not only a live stream, we have lots of great content over at Pick Dawgz. And we'll let Jovan, I know over at Pick Dawgz, we catch you on the drive-through, the weekend shows, and also your Parlay series.
Yeah, no parlay up for tonight. That'll be up on the board tomorrow. Just wasn't enough meat on the bone to get there with anything. So yeah, and I'll be here on Friday, followed by the morning shows on the weekend, both Saturday and Sunday.
Very good. Yeah, Jovan, of course. Joey, I know you work on that NASCAR series.
Yes, sir. Start your engines with Joey Tron. It drops every Thursday night. This Sunday they're heading to Martinsville, so it should be a good race. Like I said, it'll be dropping late Thursday night, so like and subscribe, and you'll be the first to see it.
Very good. Of course, I know Kirk very busy here, not with the soccer, but I know you delve as well into NBA as well. And sometimes we see during baseball season, we've seen content from you as well there.
Yeah, got to see what happens this year. A lot with soccer and scheduling with me, Jack, and especially Jack and Goran being 8 hours apart on that time difference for our video series. So it's a little bit tough to manage sometimes, but we'll be back on Sunday. Maybe something will pop up for baseball. We'll see.
We'll see how that rolls. Of course, pretty much a regular here on the drive-thru. They can catch a weekend appearance as well.
Yeah, definitely Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday here on the drive-thru, and then on the Sunday show on the weekend. Definitely tune in and get some more winners.
Get some more winners there from Rod. All right, that's going to do for this edition of the drive-thru. Back tomorrow live at 6 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications. Be live with us to get the plays in real time. All right, before we go, anybody have anything to add before we close it out? We're all covered. All right, make it a winning day, guys. We'll wave goodbye, guys. You guys.